Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of The Long Dark in our Against All Odds series, where I am incredibly excited to finally say that Rugged Sentinel has arrived on the channel and to Against All Odds. For those of you who might not understand why I'm saying that now, when the Rugged Sentinel update has been out for a week, and for those of you who might not understand why it took me that long, if you missed the comments, I responded to a few people in the comments kind of saying what was going on, because of course a bunch of you, and I really appreciate this, it meant a lot, a bunch of you like jumped on the comment section, maybe even not having watched a video, just to like grab me and say, "Hey, Hadrian, have you seen the update news? Are you going to cover it? Like, what do you think?" I have been out of town for the past 10 days or so, as I told several of you, just trying to kind of make sure that the word got out, because I didn't have a means to record a video and tell everyone. And I know I mentioned that I was going out of town, but I don't think a lot of people necessarily knew that I was still out of town. And of course the update dropped when I wasn't able to do a video. So I'm not going to do like really in-depth coverage of Rugged Sentinel right now, but we have so much new stuff to do in the coming episodes of this series. Of course, I'm only doing this one and episode 80 before I take a bit of a break. I know. Relax, I will make up for it in other ways, trust me. But we are going to take a bit of a break with this one soon. But Against All Odds Season 5 has been completely turned on its head by the arrival of this patch. We were talking in previous episodes about, maybe I'll continue this run, in the Long Dark. Maybe I'll continue past day 100 and go to day 200, with Season 5. That would be fun. But now that custom difficulty modes have been added to the game, yeah, we're probably going to do that. Also, Mountain Town has been added, which is known in Wintermute, for those of you who watch my story mode playthrough or have, played story mode, is known as Milton. Mountain Town is now in the game, so we have more to explore in the final 20 episodes of this series when I bring it back, which is really exciting. We get to go to Desolation Point and to Milton, and I roughly know where it is, too. So we got some walking around to do. There are now moose in the game, or as Brian Regan would say, moosin'. But that's really, really exciting, and we're probably going to do some hunting towards the end of the game to see if we can get some moose meat and some of the new moose hide items, which you will see if you watch the update video, you know about them. I will try to keep myself from spoiling them before that moment actually arrives, but we will try to get some of those items before the end of the series as well, and also, try not to get broken ribs. But one of the coolest things that I am most excited about is also one of the smallest. They made a bunch of little tiny improvements, not only beautification of the game world, as Raphael called it, but also they added a neat little feature. I'm going to go ahead and put on this. Well, actually, no. Before I put it on, let me show you. When I closed out this episode, for those of you who have very, very, very good visual memory, perhaps, or maybe you just finished watching the previous episode because you're watching in the backlog, you probably saw that I was carrying 86.83 pounds. Here I am logging back into the series for the first time in Rugged Sentinel, and we're at 80.34 pounds. What's up with that? Well, clothes that you're wearing that are now on your spine, that are being carried by your body's musculature in the Long Dark, no longer weigh their full amount that they weigh when you're carrying them around outside of your body, which is fantastic. It makes perfect sense. One of the things that was really off-putting when the Resolute Outfitter update dropped, which is the big clothing overhaul where this screen was introduced, is that, it was great to wear all these extra clothing items, but man, it's so taxing to really load up with clothes now. It seemed a little bit much. It made sense that like if you were going to really layer up and go crazy, then you should have a weight penalty, but it seemed like a bit of overkill. But now I'm going to put on this extra expedition parka, and I'm going to put on these snow pants, and I'm going to go back to my inventory, and look, my weight's actually gone down. Because an expedition parka that I'm wearing is only 2.46 pounds as opposed to the 3.3 it normally weighs. Fantastic. So, on that note, let me begin this episode. I drank some coffee, as you saw there, but let me go ahead and start shredding some of this some of this gear that I've recently harvested from the top of Timberwolf. We are not going to hang around much longer at all. I mean, there's even more reason for me to get the hell off this mountain now at this point. I've explored it thoroughly. We've had a great many laughs in the comments about me, about my getting lost horribly. Being at the bottom of the mountain for like 10 episodes, going, "Where's the bottom of the mountain, guys? I can't see it." And you're all just staring at the screen in disbelief. Hadrian, you've lost your mind. But that was enjoyable while I was away. But we now have even more reason to get out of here because there's so much more to explore. And oh my gosh. So I almost don't even know what to say right now, just in terms of commentary. I'll know what to say once we get moving, but like for the beginning of this episode, while I'm, just going through the last of this stuff that was left over from when we were in the previous patch and just kind of getting ready to leave and not doing much, like I feel like the world has changed. So very excited about the next couple of episodes here, and then the final 20 episodes of the series. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do a full 20 episodes for Against All Odds Season 4. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'll still go to 100. It depends on... I might have to play it by ear, but I will keep my mind open to that possibility, because with so much more to do, it might be worthwhile to go past the 100-day mark and make sure we go to the 100-episode mark instead. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, let's... again, just harvesting a bunch of stuff. And by the time I'm done harvesting all this, we might actually be in pretty good shape encumbrance-wise. Especially because I am rapidly losing liquid nourishment. So I'm going to need to drink stuff. And drinking stuff will, of course, lighten my load. Let's go ahead and... Hang on. There's a better condition one of those that we have. And I need to repair a couple of them too. I might keep these on me. It might be nice to have these around. One thing I do need to do while I'm thinking about it. I completely spaced on this in the last episode. Someone pointed it out in a comment right after I had, well, not right after, but like maybe a day or so after I had been thinking about it and realized, oh wait, Hadrian, you dummy, you can craft hooks. So we can get 3 hooks from 1 piece of scrap metal. All I need to do is, pick up some scrap metal. And actually, we might even have some here. And if we don't, I might be able to get some from nearby. Let's see. I can't break the bed down, can I? No, I've already gone through the fuel kit. Is that an arrow? Hey, cool. Simple arrow. Laying against the side of the house. I'm glad I spotted that. So, still some stuff curing here. So there's reason to stick around and not just go flying out of the place just yet. But on account of the changes that were made, life is just so much better already, and I can't wait to get out of the confines of this mountain and of this little mountain hut. So, all right, so I'm going to keep these, and we are still keeping that new wool shirt. I hadn't forgotten about that. And let's make sure I didn't accidentally harvest any of my clothing items there. Okay, no, I didn't. We're good. As soon as I have a hook, I will be able to do some additional stuff. But let's go ahead and sort by, or I'll be able to repair a lot of the clothing that I need to repair, which will also use up some of the clothing, some of the cloth that I'm carrying. Carrying a lot of matches. I don't know if it's necessary to have that many matches. Correction, it's not necessary to have that many matches, but we're carrying a lot of them. So let's go ahead and drink some coffee. Need to fly through this as much as possible. There was some interesting discussion from one of my longtime commenters on all of the cooking that I did over the past couple of episodes. Because I've railed in the past about not gaming the system by eating only before bedtime, because calorie burn at night is lesser, and a lot of people will recommend only eating, starving yourself during the day basically, and only eating at nighttime. And to me, it's just immersion breaking for me, and it ruins it. And commenter that I trust a great deal was like, kind of tapped me on the shoulder and was like, dude, what about all that cooking for teas and coffee that you did up at the top of Timberwolf? Is that not immersion breaking at all? Come on, kind of a contradiction there. And I can see the point. I don't quite agree, because there was a gameplay reason that I needed to burn through that tea and coffee, not just to get the skill, but to actually have something consumable to drink, which would then lessen my load, because I had a lot of stuff to carry down. So there's more to it. There's more of a gameplay reason. But, I also think it's just a question of to each their own. But I really did think that was an interesting little discussion we had in the comments. I don't think, actually, come to think of it, that we talked about it all that much. A few people commented, mainly the one. But, all right, let's see. What else do I need to do here? I have a bunch of rifle cleaning kits, but I'm probably not going to use that many rifle cleaning kits. We're still waiting on a few things to cure, so we're not going to leave just yet. But carrying all this stuff. I mean, the cured rabbit pelts I'm probably not going to use. I just want to carry as much stuff back with me as I reasonably can. Fishing tackle is ruined. We can put that away. Let's go ahead and put 3 of those rifle cleaning kits up. I need those whetstones, definitely. Especially if we were playing on an Interloper playthrough. We would need those whetstones. Period. We've got a lot of antibiotics, which is always nice to see. We've got a bunch of fire strikers, more wood matches than we need. Let's go ahead and put up the smaller of the 2 boxes, and we have 5 accelerant. We're actually doing pretty well encumbrance-wise. We're only about 5 pounds over, and that's still carrying a lot of food. Specifically, hang on. It's actually not that much in food that we're carrying. Oh, cool. There's a distinction now between the pounds you're wearing and the pounds you're carrying. I like that. I like it a lot. Okay, so we will need to use up some of that cloth at some point to repair our stuff, but speaking of that, let's go ahead and start picking stuff up from... Oh man, there's actually a bunch of cloth on the floor. Cured deer hide, heavy hammer. That's right, I left a bunch of stuff sitting here. So I've got more stuff to carry here than I thought. Now the cured leather, speaking of good points made in comments, I carry this stuff around ad nauseum because it's like, oh, I clearly need cured leather, right? I clearly need cleared leather. Yes, that was the sentence I was going for. But I actually don't. Given that the items I'm wearing, I mean, yes, I will need them to repair my gauntlets at some point. But at the same time, they're not. It's not necessary. This is the only leather item that I own. Decent deerskin boots require actual deerskin and guts to repair. So yeah, we're back up to 91 pounds encumbrance, and that's with the new encumbrance rules for clothing, which is hilarious to me. But I gotta leave this stuff curing. And did I pick up anything else that was curing by accident? I wouldn't put it past me. No, I didn't. All right. That's a lot of cloth. Probably don't need it. Got some cured deer hide here. Where do I have scrap metal? Hang on. I wonder if I could have scrapped that... No, I couldn't have gotten scrap metal from the other one. I bet I could scrap one of the hacksaws here. I bet I could do that. And get some scrap metal from that. Because I have this hacksaw, which you can repair with scrap metal. But if I harvest this for 2 scrap metal, that's also a little bit less weight to carry around. So this will give us our hook and allow me to start using some of that clothing, because I need to get this done and get the hell out of here. Good lord. Also, let's go ahead and sharpen. If we can use up one of the wets... Well, we're not going to use up the whetstone, but if we can get through at least some of one while also sharpening our hatchet. Sharpening skill increased to 90, so how many per repair? 5 still? All right, so it's at 60, so that leaves 8 more. But hopefully by the time we get sharpening skill up to closer to 100, maybe it'll be more like... Nope, guess not. I was really hoping that that would change. It might for the final 5 points, we'll see. Up to 95, nope, still 5% each. When you get to sharpening skill 100, everything repairs instantly with 1 sharpening. That would be the day. I'm just kidding. That doesn't actually happen. I said that. I realized after I said that way too authoritatively. That was sarcasm. I have that problem with sarcasm. Is that sometimes I can just deadpan something that is deliberate sarcasm. That's totally intended to be that way. And well, people end up believing me. Especially when it's, you know, on a recording like this and you can't see my face. I can hear it now. Here comes the fresh deluge of face cam demands. Okay. Almost done with this. I know. This is my first episode in this frickin' patch, and I'm spending all this time, like, getting ready to leave. But we really need to... We're going to be moving through Pleasant Valley. There could be moose between us, and there could be moosin'. Moosin'! There could be some meese, if you will, in between us and where are we trying to go. So I don't want to... okay, good. We did actually use an entire whetstone. I wasn't expecting to, but that's good. So I want to be as minimally encumbered as possible, and then we'll drop as much of our stuff back at the coastal highway kind of base as we can. But for now... I really need to maximize these opportunities. Okay, so, and by these opportunities, I mean this chance I have just being indoors and able to look at some of this stuff. So here's some of the new moose hide items. Like I said, I won't say too much about them just yet. You can poke your head into the game if you're really, really curious. But let's see, which one? Hook, yep. Let's go ahead and... Tell you what, let's use both of those pieces of scrap metal, because scrap metal's heavy. We need to use it. So let's make 6 hooks. Oh, wonderful track. Never ever gets old. Okay, so this will definitely help free up some weight once I've got some... Alright, fishing tackle, where are you? Yeah, we can make... 2 different fishing tackle, I believe. Or maybe, was that 1 of 6? No, we could make 3. Very nice. And I will go ahead and do that. Not only good for fishing, but also good for repairing clothes. Oh, this music. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and repair... using some of that cured leather stack that I have. Repair those. I can go ahead and repair some of the other items that I am not wearing, but still need to get back up to 100% condition. I'll probably, you probably already noticed this since this episode is a little bit longer than usual, but I'm going to make this episode longer than 25 minutes because I really hate that I'm spending this much time. I don't like to record, or I don't like to do any kind of gameplay content off camera, even when it's going to be a bunch of maintenance stuff. I know that might seem counterintuitive for some people, but it's just my style as a YouTuber. Most of you who watch my long dark content are used to it. I get the feeling that I think the majority probably appreciate it, but it's still a worthy question every now and then, like, hey, you know, you could do this off camera. But it's... I know, Jennifer.
Soon.
I know. Let's see. A few more things to repair. Fishing tackle's already down to 40%. I guess we've got some moonlight because it's definitely the middle of the night and we're still in good shape. I'm actually losing condition due to being thirsty doing all these repairs. I was expecting the nighttime to cut off my repairing, but it hasn't so far. Okay, I guess I'll repair this parka too, because that's going to take 2 cloth, and it's a good excuse to use up a little bit extra. Alright, there goes 1 fishing tackle. And yeah, let's take care of repairing the boots. Done. Okay. That used up a hide, and now we're down to 85.54. That used up a hide and a gut, so that's quite nice. But now let's go ahead and I guess I'll drink this water just to get it out of my inventory. And then I think probably the best thing to do, let's go through this condensed milk, because that's a ½ pound that I can get rid of. And then we'll drink some of the tea that we carry. Not that much, probably just 1 for now. We'll wake up hungrier and we can go through some coffee as needed. All right, so let us now sleep for... we're not going to get 10 hours sleep out of this. There's simply no way. One of the things they added in custom difficulty is you can turn off, if you want, waking up fully rested like I just did. You can turn it off and make the sleep system more like it used to be in the Long Dark, which just makes my heart so happy. So happy. I don't know that I'll do that necessarily for a YouTube playthrough, because I think for storytelling and kind of tension purposes and like, I think as a gameplay mechanism, waking up when fully rested is better turned on than off, but where it can be obnoxious is when your character wakes up in the middle of the night because they're quote-unquote fully rested. That can get kind of annoying. Simply because the circadian rhythm is coded to daylight. It is not likely, even if you're fully rested, for a human being to wake up before dawn unless their sleep cycle is really out of whack. And someone in a survival situation like this that needed their rest, I feel like most nights they'd probably be sleeping through them. I could be wrong, but that's just my my take on it. Okay, so anything else that I'm missing? Just taking a look around. Anything else in this hatch? No, I've already put everything up. Really that I... Oh yeah, I can also repair the bedroll. I knew there was something that I could do to use up more of my cloth. I was just forgetting. Alright, that's better. Now I don't have the scrap metal to repair because I used all of it to make hooks, and that's fine. I will make do. I can't repair the pry bar. Okay, well, that's pretty much... I mean, at this point I could start doing some inventory management and figuring out what I'm going to leave behind. Oh, these just finished curing. Very nice. Go ahead and pick that up. But I think I'm going to go down with what I have. The only thing is getting down the last rope. It's going to be a bit of a pain, but I think we're ready to go, more or less. These maple saplings will be done the next time I need to put them down. Or I could be even more of a perfectionist and just, like, pass the time for a hot second, just like that. Wait. How about now? There we go. Cured, cured, cured. And you are only 37% cured, so I will pick you back up. All right, let me check the hatch one more time. Make sure I'm not leaving anything that I need. I feel I don't need this many rifle cleaning kits. I just feel weird leaving them. I know it's strange, but I genuinely do. It just feels wrong somehow. I'll take one. Okay, let's pick our bow and arrow back up.
This much gear.
Relax. All right, so does not appear that there are any more wolves about. And it actually seems like it's a pretty good time to leave. So let's GTFO. That's a bunny. I'm going to go this way. Towards where I was just a few episodes ago, about to die. So maybe I'll take this one to the 35-minute mark or so. I wouldn't mind doing a couple of longer episodes here, because this is my only chance to play on YouTube anyway. It's my only chance to play in Rugged Sentinel for a bit before the series takes a break. Like I said, there are other plans that I have. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I say that like I have some concrete plan. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet, but I have a few ideas that I would consider pretty good. But I think I might have mentioned some of them in a comment or so already, so you guys can dig through and see if I said anything already. But as far as the Against All Odds series goes, this episode and the next one are my only chance to experience this new content. So I would like to kind of do that while I can. That seems like a new texture right there. Yeah, that's a new texture. They did mention that some of the textures had been updated. So looking around, things might seem a little bit more detailed than they were before. I'm not sure which textures have been updated in particular. Also, I need to look around for tree bark that has been scratched off, because that can indicate the presence of Moosin. Oh, that's going to be a thing. I already want it to be a thing. Yeah, see, this texture seems new as well. It might be the same texture, just stretched out bigger, but some of the rocks seem a little bit more detailed than they did before. A little bit more white, a little bit more powdery appearance, like that right there. So far, no evidence of tree bark removal. I wasn't necessarily expecting it back here, but I'm just excited. I think... Wait a minute. That's not the exit. The exit's over to the left. Right? Yeah, it's over here. You can tell I haven't been to Timberwolf Mountain that much when I, like, hardly even know how to get back out. Most zones I've played in on and off YouTube enough to have that intuitive sense of direction. Not this one. Not even a little bit. Did you notice? I noticed. You might have. God, I can hear in my own voice how excited I am to be playing this update. I apologize to any younger members of the audience, or parents. Cover your ears if, because language is not a thing that I resort to very often. But for those of you who didn't see it, my exact words in response to the announcement, I tweeted right back at Raphael in just 3 words. Holy shit, Raphael. I mean, that's all I could say. It was, I was just blown away by the update announcement. Particularly the custom difficulty, because that was completely unexpected. I didn't think they were going to die. I knew the Moosin were going to be in the patch, and I knew that that Milton would be added, that it would have its own name, and I knew that there were probably some bug fixes and some cool new things like the clothing change and other stuff. But I did not expect custom difficulty to get added in. That was a huge surprise, and my hat is off to Hinterland and Co. for getting that added. I think a lot of us were genuinely surprised by that. Caught everyone off guard in the best of ways. All right. I don't need to pick up any more timber or tinder. I don't need any wood really. Now that we're finally going back down to the lower game world. Survival will be a little bit less harrowing, except for the fact that we're stepping into Pleasant freaking Valley. God. Even just thinking about it, knowing that I'm walking towards it, makes me viscerally angry. I'm not kidding, by the way. I hate Pleasant Valley. I love to kind of, really... up the ante sometimes and just go a little bit crazy with the Pleasant Valley rant, which is a lot of fun, and a lot of you channel veterans have enjoyed many a Pleasant Valley rant. That's one thing, but as far as my genuine feeling for Pleasant Valley rant aside, I hate the place. I like its aesthetic. I like the fact that it has the farmstead and it's wide open and a big zone and there's lots of cool stuff, but the weather is not pleasant, even a little bit. If you're a veteran of the channel and a veteran of the Against All Odds series you've been watching since Season 1, I don't need to explain to you why I hate Pleasant Valley. The reason that I hate this place is all on camera. It's all from Against All Odds since Season 1. I think it started in Season 1, as a matter of fact. But it's been recorded. You thought I was angry at the wolf a few episodes back. Oh no. Oh, no. Actually, that was probably the maddest I've been recording Long Dark, but I mean, as far as other things that have frustrated me, Pleasant Valley is high on that list. Just remembered somebody commented earlier about feeling triggered by all of the all of the rose hips and other things that I was leaving behind. All right, I'm too encumbered to climb. I know that. Let's take a look down there and just make sure there's nothing waiting for me at the bottom. Don't see anything. So it seems like the weather is getting slightly worse. Let me go ahead and drink some things so that I can free up a little bit of weight organically before I do this. But yeah, they were getting triggered by my avoiding rose hips and reishi mushrooms. I was avoiding a lot of them in the final few episodes. And yeah, I know it's probably a little bit annoying. Okay, so if I drop, let's see. I mean, hell, I don't even need to bring all this cured leather with me, honestly. But what can I drop that I can then come back for? Screw it, I'm just going to drop the heaviest stuff. Drop the cured leather. Drop the cloth. Drop the heavy hammer. Drop the storm lantern. We're coming back for it in just a second. Drop the bedroll. I know that sounds crazy. I know, but it'll be okay. I'm going to drop the survival bow. Drop the hacksaw, and that's it. Let's climb down. We can drop some stuff at the bottom and then come back for all this stuff. And thankfully our energy meter is still relatively high. So here's the way we're going to do this. I'm going to pop into the abandoned shed here. The abandoned, not shed, but prepper cache. Any moose in around? Nope. I'm going to get unreasonably excited when I see my first moose. Oh, interesting lighting effect. We stepped into that beam. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. Oh, cool. Scrap metal and cured birch saplings. I can't use words, evidently, but... all right, well, that's good. Yeah, we've got this bed here, so we can rest here if we need to. But let's see, what else can I drop? I can go ahead and drop the hunting rifle, drop the hatchet. This stuff I'm going to come back for even faster, because we're coming right back down in a second. So let's drop the cured maple saplings, drop the cured deer hide, and this should maybe be enough. Let's go ahead and drop the flare shells. I just want to make sure I absolutely have enough room to get all the stuff that I left up there. Drop the cured guts. I'll drop the wool shirt. Still got a few cured guts on me. I'll also drop that last rabbit pelt, and I'll drop the green maple sapling because we might leave it there for a second to finish curing. Let's get back up there before the weather gets much worse, because we did leave some of our clothing behind. And I also have no weapon right now. If anything were to try and attack me, I dropped my bow and arrow and I dropped my gun. So this is me looking around just to make sure there's nothing nearby. Okay. Yeah, like I said, rest-wise, we're in pretty good shape. Let's head back up to the top. I think we can make this in one go. Very nice. Oh, hello. Can't hop over the rope. Almost fell off the cliff. Oh boy. Alright, so... pardon my clicking. That would have been funny if that last piece of cloth encumbered me. Alright, back down we go. Kind of want that wood. Yeah, I'm taking it. Nice. Okay, so do I need to swing by the farmstead? Did I leave anything in the farmstead? I can't remember. The weather's not great at the moment, so I'm probably not going to go anywhere until the weather's a little better. But I think I will head for the farmstead as soon as things look passable.
I wonder if I can drop any of this spear.
No, you can't. All right, let's go ahead and pick up these items. Now, I think with what I've got, if I'm not mistaken...
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yeah, see, I can make some arrowheads. But I don't have the scrap metal on me. Pretty cool that you can make arrowheads without the, Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Let's go ahead and craft some arrow shafts. I just started a thought a second ago and I completely forgot it, but... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just make all the arrow shafts, because I can make a couple of arrows. I think that's the thought that I started, but I transferred from saying it just to doing it. I think I can actually make a decent number of arrows at the moment. Okay, one more cured birch sapling. Oh no, I just have one arrowhead. I thought I had more than one, but hey, one arrow is one arrow. We found one a second ago too, so that's a pretty nice change. Also, I can make a new survival bow, which I'm going to go ahead and do, because the bow that I have on me is crap. Alright, so now we have a brand new survival bow. And I guess, well, I mean, I've still got that one. I thought I'd be able to harvest it for something, but evidently I can't. Okay, let's definitely put my clothing back on, because that'll lighten my load a little bit. When did I take my balaclava off? I don't recall doing that. That's disconcerting. Okay, and let's drink some teas to get rid of a little bit of weight. And we are about 37 minutes into this episode. I will go ahead and stop this return to Against All Odds here. I think I'm going to do an hour finale for tomorrow's episode, though, so don't worry. We're going to get in some extra gameplay time before I cut this series for this current 20-episode run. And, of course, we will go to 100 days regardless, which, by the way, how close are we? $5 days. So yeah, we're going to go to 100 days in the... We might even do it in the next... No, we're not going to do 5 days in the next episode, but we're going to go to 100 days, and then I'll consider maybe even extending the series beyond that point. Oh, hello. Ah, an aurora is kicking in. Quite nice. So, anyway, let me... Oh, I've got something in this drawer. What do I have? Oh, an extra... Oh, wow. Check this out. Scrap metal. A hunting knife. I can pick that book up. Let's get this extra hacksaw too, and that's scrap metal. Hang on, hold that thought before I end this episode. I've got a few more things I can play with. Let's go ahead and harvest, because we can repair hacksaws. So as many extra hacksaws as I find, I will harvest for the scrap metal. And also this hunting knife, I'll harvest this too for the scrap metal, because arrowheads. So now, check this out. Oh. Tool required heavy hammer. I have a heavy hammer. I guess I do... Oh. Oh, okay. This is the forge menu. Pay attention, Hadrian. This is a forge icon. Good lord. Alright, sorry. That makes sense. I was like, man, I guess you can make arrowheads without a forge now. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm going to stop rambling and go on to the next episode. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, along with the rest of my science fiction, survival, and/or simulation content. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.